What's up, everybody? I'm Sydnee Goodman, and today's Daily Fix. Sony delays the PS5 June Reveal Event, The Last of Us Part 2 pre-orders were not hurt by that spoiler leak, and how the infected in the game have evolved. Roll the thing. Sony has announced that it will delay its PlayStation 5 Reveal Event. The event was planned for June 4th, but Sony released a statement saying, quote, "While we understand gamers worldwide are excited to see PS5 games, we do not feel that right now is a time for celebration, and for now, we want to stand back and allow more important voices to be heard." The reveal event would have debuted games set for the PS5, which we are all obviously very excited about, but since Sony's original announcement, the COVID-19 pandemic and US protests against police brutality against Black Americans have drawn worldwide attention, and rightfully so. Sony has not yet announced any rescheduling plans for the event or the announcements. It also remains unclear if those announcements will eventually drop one at a time or if they will come in a totally rescheduled event. Whatever the case, we'll be ready to cover it. Personally, I think this is totally appropriate given the circumstances. And like I said, we've got your back whenever there are more updates, so stay tuned. Demand for The Last of Us Part 2 remains high despite major story leaks floating around online. PlayStation boss man Jim Ryan told CNET that Sony has, quote, tallied more pre-orders in Europe for The Last of Us Part 2 than it did for Marvel's Spider-Man at the same point before its launch. Ryan has also said he hopes The Last of Us Part 2 will be a defining game for this generation. And though no plans have been revealed for bringing the game to the PS5, it will run on the new console, quote, without issue. Circling back to that leak, major plot leaks started circulating in late April, spoiling major moments in the game for fans. Spoilers are a huge bummer, and spoilers for a game that hasn't even come out yet are obviously not great. But I'm happy to hear fans are still excited about getting their hands on the game. Personally, I'm a big journey person, you know, like journey or destination, that sort of thing. So even if I did happen to be spoiled, I'd still be stoked about the game. But the spoiler gods have spared me, so thank you for that. Also, don't at me. What about you? Would a major spoiler leak ruin your interest in a major title? How about The Last of Us Part 2, specifically? Let me know in the comments. The Last of Us Part 2 comes out worldwide June 19th on PS4. It's coming out. And while we're on the topic, the infected in The Last of Us Part 2 have evolved, and here's how. Director Neil Druckmann told IGN how the dev team approached the clickers, the bloaters, the stalkers, and the new shamblers. He said, quote, like everything we do in The Last of Us, it has to feel grounded and believable in the world we built in the first game. With this game specifically, we wanted to find ways to add greater mechanical depth than any previous Naughty Dog game. Shamblers hurl noxious gas bombs at the player, damaging them and clouding their vision. Druckmann said the Shambler had to feel like it had lineage in the same infected physiology Naughty Dog created in the first game. What do you think about the Shambler? I'm terrified. Let me know in the comments. And that's your Daily Fix. I'm Sydnee Goodman, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are. Now that you're all caught up on the news, check out our most recent episode of Next Gen Console Watch. Download the IGN app on all your mobile devices, subscribe to the Daily Fix on Snapchat, and for all things everything else, IGN.com.
The biggest gaming event of the year is IGN's Summer of Gaming, and it's almost here. Tune in beginning Thursday, June 4th to see the latest and greatest in game reveals, news, trailers, next-gen coverage, and more. And on June 5th, we kick off our first ever IGN Expo, where you'll get first looks at world premiere game trailers, exclusive game demos, and interviews you won't find anywhere else. IGN's Summer of Gaming, only on IGN and IGN One on your Samsung TV Plus.